Quarter, Hawthorn 13 free kicks to Essendon's 8.
Ezard takes the ball out of the air after it bounced away from the ruckman. Another ball up. Essendon's half-forward line. The Dons down by 3 goals. Merritt wins out. Van der Haar lost it. Ayres, supreme, wins the free kick. Purely with determination to get his body onto the ball first. He was probably best man on the ground in the first quarter, for mine anyway. Kicks to the wing, he's had half a dozen. Brown! A monumental mark. And he is looking dangerous, the brilliant youngster. Kennedy, good running from the Hawks, beautiful pass. Oh, not quite. Robertson was the lunger. The pass was almost perfectly executed, just too far for him.
Half forward for the Hawks. Payton wins this one. Wood's been pretty quiet. Not a lot of distance in his kick. King, well down from half forward to mark at half back. Grenade kick, driving kick to centre half forward. Madden from the back, second touch. Onto a running Hawker who's been quiet. He centres the ball for Danaher. Good effort by Mew to spoil him. He's got Eade in support. Well done by the skipper, Danaher. Oh, but he got Mew around the legs. And the Hawthorn defender's free kick, plus a 15 metres, with the hand pass sailing over his head.
Mew almost at centre-half back now. He's going for Payton in the centre, and Knight's there too. It'll drop a bit short of Knight's. Payton would the punch away. Knight juggles. Watson on the ground. Ball just trickles away. Kennedy gets possession, and umpire Smith says it's mine. 3.5 minutes played. Second term of the grand final. No change in the score since quarter time. 36 Hawthorn, 18 Essendon. Wood and Tuck. Equal possession. A real tug of war, that one. And again, umpire Smith wins out.
Just about made the ball a two-piece.
4 minutes down. No scoring in the quarter. Another ball up. 5 in this quarter already. The players crowding around the ball, and the desperation level at its highest pitch for the season as Madden wins again. He's been supreme in the ruck. Kennedy scrambles to kick forward. Beats Knights and Weston. Bounced badly for Payton. Free kick to Brereton, who's on top of Bradbury. He got front position again, and he really is starting to worry the Bomber defence. A lot of natural brilliance. Second season player. Poor kick. Judge had 2 to beat. Thought he might have pushed one out. Folds takes the loose ball. Kicks well with the left boot, off balance to the wing. Hawker with pace. Nice bounce too, didn't do him any harm. Gives a big chance to Ezard. He's kicked 1 goal. Still 50 metres out. Little pass inside to Van der Haar. 2-on-1. Over the top, Danaher. Open goal. Second goal to the Bomber skipper, but Alan Ezard was the man who set that all up with that brilliant run.
Hawker charging onto the bouncing ball. Actually, it was a delightful hand pass by Hawker. Out in front of Ezard. Gets a kind bounce. Draws players towards him. The kick dropping a bit short of Van der Haar. Good pick up. He draws them as well. The skipper on his own in the goal score. Bounce by Smith. Madden wins again. Getting monotonous. A scramble. Nagel. Umpire's blown the whistle just as Williams gets his kick away. And we're going to have another ball-up. Melbourne cricket ground in beautiful condition. Huge pack around this one. Mad missed that one. Wood goes down from a solid knock. Mahadia holding the ball, says umpire Smith. Hawthorn's free kick to go to Tuck.
He ducked into it. Tuck 15 metres. The ball bouncing by, as you saw. 6.5 minutes, second quarter. Hawthorn 5-6. Essendon 4 straight goals. The Hawks 11 scoring shots to 4. Free kicks, Hawthorn 18. Essendon exactly half with 9. Eade Payton in front, the punch away from Madden, down towards Nagel. Hawthorn players coming from everywhere. Bahaja's got to wait for it. Does it nicely on towards Williams, chipping in his tuck. Gets the hand pass away. The knock on by Payton over the back towards Wallace. Wood is there, Van der Haar. Nagel going the wrong way. Bowles gives him a call. Bowles directs it up towards Ezard, who's in front of Ayres. Ayres punches the ball away. Goes down towards Robertson. Robertson clears from centre half back to Brereton by himself. He can run right in. Over the top to Loveridge to Matthews. Matthews 20 metres out and spin around. Thought about Brereton. Goes himself and misses. Well, Brereton made great position for the hand pass. He kept running right down the ground. Matthews thought about it, but decided from 20 metres out he'd better go himself.
Margin 13 points. Walsh lands it in front of the members' pavilion. O'Halloran in good position, but well spoiled by Van der Haar. Nagel is starting to get into this game. To the centre line. Eade in good position against Wood. Kennedy supports him well. Kicks to half forward. Judge and Brereton from the side. Well played by Dermot Brereton again. Ball up. Half forward flank for the Hawks.
Madden well placed. Went up on his own. Comes to Ezard. Up to the wing. Chance for Wood to run onto it. Kick beats him out of play. Cameron Clayton warming up. Clayton's been in interchange for the Bombers for the last 6 matches, and he's replaced Brian Wood, who was included by Sheedy for his grand final experience, but really hasn't come up. Chest mark to Nagel.
Nagel almost half back, beating off him as Williams, but he wrong puts himself. Goes up towards Merritt. Oh, Watson about 4th in line, almost infringed. Loveridge, oh, pick up. Well, he lost his footing. Controlled the ball fairly well. Nearly 9 minutes of play in the second quarter of the grand final. Hawthorn 5-7, Essendon 4 goals. Payton a big thump towards Eade. Nagel in front, the ball's still there. He'll pop it out towards Williams, or it was just out. And a confrontation between Eade and Nagel. Nagel just giving him one, but umpire Smith, yes, you'll give him the free kick for that infringement. Well, Mervyn, you can't help yourself. Should have learnt the lesson last week. Eade up towards Green. It was Ezard late on the scene, and will be a boundary throw-in once again. Hawthorn 37, Essendon 24.
9.5 minutes down. Madden a superstar, but Knights gets a more decisive hand to it. Folds Roves well. Kicks back to the centre line where Payton's in front of Watson. Robertson, the double fister to Kennedy. Short one inside, beautifully to Judge. Threaded through with precision. Ken Judge at centre half forward. Named in the 20 in the match after 3 minutes when Gary Buckenara crashed out with a knee injury. Judge has been a handy player. His 5th kick is offline. And through for the Hawks, 8th behind. And they lead by 14 points right on the 10-minute mark, in front of 100,000 plus at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, possibly for the last time.
Carey with the kick in. Payton the punch. Bahagia fumbles. Ayres paddles. Back to Bahagia. Bouncing for Van der Haar. Nagel in trouble. Inboard he goes to Hurd. Finally they get clear to Clayton. Centre half back, over the wing, Merritt on his own. Oh, he's been a grand player in the Bombers' run home. Out wide, he puts it out in front of Weston. Weston can goal, but he hooked it too far back and kicks out of bounds on the full.
Free kick to Chris Mew. He might go to Green, or he doesn't know which way to go. He thought about McCarthy, which was out of screen vision to his left. He's going to Loveridge. Could be trouble here. Loveridge. Ooh, that was a saver. Threads it out to Green this time. So the result eventually worked out. Over the top to Swab. He's got to wait a bit for it though. Swab, a long kick. Up towards Brereton. Bowles behind. Matthews goes up. Punches the ball down towards Tuck. Tuck about 40 metres out. Dribbles up. There's no one home. Was trying to get it, but he doesn't. It's a goal. Kicked by Tuck. A dribbler from about 35 metres out. Hawthorn 6th. They lead by 20 points. Tuck. And Walsh doubling back, and the ball really carried on this bounce. Watch it go, it just really streaked away. Lead off the ground, and Di Domenico coming on for Hawthorn.
That's an interesting move. He's been a good player. Perhaps the Hawks anticipating some fireworks, and they've put Dipper straight onto Nagel. I wonder if they might be trying to antagonise the fiery Essendon number 1. Loveridge threw it out. Ball up. Not quite in the centre circle, but it may as well be. Madden wins despite the fact that he had a standing start. Clayton kicked the paddle onto Bahaja. Well blocked by the Hawks. Push in the back though. Umpire Nash gets the Bronx. Essendon fans feeling it's a bit overdue. Hawthorn leading 20 to 10 on the count. Didn't matter. Loveridge towards Tuck. Folds. Kicks blind, and it's all Hawthorn. Schwab.
Inboard to Loveridge. Has time to get balanced. Di Domenico just on the ground takes the mark at half forward. Dipper was just about best on ground in the 78 Premiership. Finds the skipper Matthews. Carey labouring 15 metres behind Lee Matthews. He's coming up for his 5th kick and his 3rd goal. And what a percentage player he is. Not really fit enough to play on the ball these days. But if he can get 3 before half-time, which he has, he's value, isn't he?
What a pass from Dipper, not renowned for his skill. That was beautiful. And those old legs were just fast enough to get lethal. Legs, oak trees, whatever you call them. Just good enough to get him there.
I don't think ballerina's the word either, Tim. Second quarter, nearly 14 minutes in. Hawthorn by 26 points, 50 to 24. Perfect bounce. Madden wins again, knocks it on for the second time, up towards Kennedy. Kick. And he travelled about half a metre. Robertson. Williams goes down, and umpire Smith will call for a bounce. Hawthorn 7-8-50. Essendon 4 straight goals, so 15 scoring shots on the board to 4.
That's an indication, a pretty fair one. The Hawks have dominated the grand final so far, but there's a long way to go. Schwab, Di Domenico from the middle of the ground. Brereton in front, used the body well, and there's a kick against Hawthorn in the centre.
Judge is being reported for hitting Hawker behind play.
The judge doesn't look as if he's taking the report terribly seriously.
Gee, Glenn Hawker's had a big couple of weeks. He lost a tooth last week when Arnold Brothers got him.
Could look bad for Judge when he faces the tribunal with the tooth missing.
He's been pretty quiet, Hawker, by the same token. Out wide to half-forward flank. Ayres drops one he may have taken. Robertson knocks towards the boundary line defensively. Robertson's done a pretty excellent job on Tim Watson. The 232s are standing each other up. Watson's been the Bombers' best player in the finals to date. Hardly been cited today. 1 kick.
Merritt. Ball for Bahaja. Must get the free kick against Green. Now it's going the other way. Why, I don't know. Green almost at centre-half back. Tuck calling for it. Schwab, yes, good shepherding by Schwab without Tuck to take it. On towards Judge with a hand pass. Bahaja does it nicely. Who to? Out to Bradbury. Oh, he's caught in possession, but he's going to get the free kick for a high tackle. And 15 metres. Gets a fly. In towards Danaher, who might be out at centre-half forward now. We'll just have to wait and see. With Merritt dropping back in the goal area. He's going for Merritt. Kicks in front of the pack. Well, Merritt got a shove. McCarthy. Out towards Robertson. Gets it out to Kennedy. Kennedy will go for Mew. Made good position for that. No one to pass it to at the moment. He really has to delay. Now Robertson dropping a bit short and Loveridge. Now he's going up towards Knights. Judge behind. Knights. Free kick going Essendon's way to be taken by Weston.
Kicks long to half forward where Madden comes from the side. but it's all Hawthorn at ground level. And Ayres, another kick. Finds Schwab, who's played the entire day out on that far wing, and he's played really well. To Mew, a good runner for the Hawks. Matthews is there with the leap. What can you say about this man that hasn't already been said? 3 goals already. The mark of the day, the mark of the grand final. He drives his 4th home. Lethal lead. He's never been more lethal than in the first half of the 83 grand final, and he's put the Hawks 32 points in front.
Have a look at this, the mark of a champion.
Gee, that'll be a moment to remember in the 83 grand final. Hawthorn blitzing the Bombers at the moment, and you wonder what the Bombers can do or when it'll happen. Nagel is there, takes the Bahagia takes the free kick.
Weston's gone on to Matthews, and Carey is coming off, Drew.
Nagel's kick up to inside half forward. Copping about to come on. Danaher, the hand pass back to Bahagia. Too far out to score. Pops a little one out to Watson, who hasn't had much practice at getting the hands around the leather. 1 kick so far. 18-minute mark, 2nd quarter.
Incidentally, Carey's gone straight to the rooms. I wonder if it was that blow in the first minutes of the match.
Watson for goal. Breeze to help him. Won't make it. Madden is there. Off the hands, through for a behind. And it's the first time that Essendon have missed. Their scoreline is 4-1.
Just over 18 and a half minutes played in this quarter. Kick in by Ayres. Tuck is just dropping a bit short. Payton late on the scene. A chance for Merritt. Umpire Smith patrolling at centre-half forward has spotted a free. It's going to Tuck. He'll go for Judge. Now he'll go deeper towards Wallace. Nicely placed. Oh, and 15 metres and maybe a report. Wallace off and running for kick number 10. Runs in towards half forward. Knights with Matthews behind the pack. Knights goes up. The ball punched in front of the pack. Judge on towards Robertson. A little proppy kick in towards the pocket. Mugridge. 30 metres out on the angle. Now he might look square towards centre half forward. There's no one there at the moment free. Now if he does happen to kick a cross goal, Peter Knights is in the far pocket. Byrne is dropping back there too. Loveridge's 7th kick coming up. Umpire Nash just bringing him around on the mark. He's going to have a shot. He's missed it. It's a behind. Hawthorn 8-9, Essendon 4-1.
Fitzroy supporters, I think, are still wondering why the umpire didn't do that to Michael Tuck in the qualifying final in the last quarter. As Vanderhaar kicks in. Watson's there, but he was shepherded out by Robertson, and the umpire was onto it. Watson takes the free. He's between the half-back flank and the wing, and he's a man that the Bombers have got to pray will lift to pull them back into this grand final. And he's trying to lift. He's trying one of those scintillating solo efforts. And he does it. Williams back outside to Watson, who's covered now about 120 metres. Too far for Clayton, and a ball unstuck. But you can see what Watson was about then. He's trying to do something to lift himself and his team.
Essendon at half forward. Taken away by Wallace. You don't notice he gets all those kicks, but he's up to about 11. Tuck up short of the centre. Dippia Domenico has been good since he's been there. Paddles out, but he'll have to follow up himself. Well shepherded by Vanderhaar. That's a free kick, actually. Dippia Domenico got into Vanderhaar's back, said umpire Nash. Paul Vanderhaar with the free kick. Up towards centre half forward for Danaher. McCarthy off the side of the boot. Dippia Domenico again. Vanderhaar spoils. And the ball out of play, but already up to half forward for Hawthorn. They lead 8-9 to 4-1 at the 21-minute mark in the 2nd quarter.
Hawks by 32 points after leading by 18 points at quarter time, so the Bombers making little or no impression at all. Merritt. Might have been grabbed a bit there. Goes to Wallace, doing all the hard stuff. Bad bounce for Tuck. Knocked away by Merritt again. Picked up by Kennedy. Kennedy onto Wallace. Wallace up towards Matthews, but a drop short towards Stippy Domenico. Riding off the pack. It looks like Hurd. Yes, he does. Gets it across the folds. Essendon player down behind play. There's going to be a free kick and possibly a report. Yes, Byrne's going to be reported for putting Van der Haar down behind play. So this game not short on reports. At the 22-minute mark in the second quarter, Hawthorn 8-9, Essendon 4-1.
But not many would have backed on 2 Hawthorn players going into the books at this stage. No Bombers.
Well, I don't think there's any reason for the Hawks to start anything, and I'm sure they're not trying to. I think it's just their positive approach which has stood them in such good stead in the match so far. And that's why they're 32 points ahead on the board. And they're ahead on scoring shots 17-5. It's been a one-sided match so far. Folds takes his 9th kick. Kicks beyond the centre. Mew! Splendid effort. Out to Ayres. 2 great defenders they are. Towards Loveridge, who's got height against him in Bradbury. And Schwab breaks away. How did he get out of that one? Lovely left-hander over the top to Green. From half forward. Goes for home and dobs it. A great goal. He was a long way out. He went with confidence. And the Hawks now lead by 38 points. Great play by Schwab. He extricated himself from a muddle there. Magically. Houdini at his best. And what a beautiful left-hander to Green, who didn't have to decelerate. And he kicked in fine fashion.
Back with umpire Smith. Madden wins again. Finds Bahagia. Back to Madden. To centre half forward, too long for McCarthy. Copping. Hawthorn free kick. Quickly taken. Kennedy out of defence. Dippia Domenico. Oh. Takes the mark in front of Nagel. Good smother by Merv Nagel. Dipper comes back at him. Tuck gathers. Kennedy caught by Bahagia. Too high. Free kick to John Kennedy. Quickly to Tuck. Standing start job. To half forward flank for Judge. Good catch.
He's a strong mark, Ken Judge. 24 minutes played. Hawthorn 63. Essendon 25. In the second quarter. Now, what's happening? The ball's got to come back, I'd say, or is it going against Judge?
Play on was called, and Judge then kicked from outside the boundary line. So the umpire has ruled it out of bounds.
Hawthorn 63, Essendon 25.
Hard luck for Judge, who balked as he came in to kick because he thought the man had run over the mark, and umpire Smith called play on. Hurd kicks to the centre. Danaher doing some jostling, but at the back, Payton had it easily on his chest. From the centre line, the general boots the Hawks into attack, where Brereton has 2 against him, and Madden, the Don's best player, quite possibly takes the mark.
Out to Hurd. Bouncing ball for Williams on the wing. Can't keep it in. Haven't seen quite as much from Williams and Ezard today as we've seen in previous weeks. They've been brilliant. Payton beats Madden this time, but it's all Essendon. Nagel fumbles. Watson trying to lift. Good tackle, Robertson. To Williams. For Danaher with Mew. Mew beats him again. A bit of trouble on the forward line. This much vaunted high-marking foul by Essendon. Well, Hawthorn have it today, and Peter Knights has been brilliant.
Almost half-time. Knights. Oh, there's a million on out there. Judge again. 50 metres out from goal, Ken Judge. This will be his 7th kick. And the time on in the second quarter by a minute. As Dippia Domenico comes off the ground. Eade coming back on. He's done his job, Robert Dippia Domenico. Now, Judge should just about kick it. There's plenty of marking power down there if he doesn't. He has kicked it. A great goal, Ken Judge. That's his first. The Hawks 10. Hawthorn 10-9, 69. Leading by a massive 44 points, 4-1-25. Judge, a great mark for his size. A real Collingwood 6-footer. Very sure pair of hands.
You've really got to admire those old campaigners, the Hawks. Probably going in the underdogs, and now they're 44 points in front before half-time. Robertson comes at Madden from behind because the bounce was crooked, and that's legal. Schwab, fine player. Brereton, another good one. Call from Judge, who's broken away from his man out on the flank, but he goes long in towards the heart of it all. Knights comes from behind. Up he goes, almost. Walsh gets into the clear. Hawker, nice paddle. Now folds. Good player for the Dons in defence.
King behind the centre, taken on and beaten beautifully by Kennedy. Kennedy spinning one way then the other. Brilliant play, John Kennedy. Green out to Eade, just back on. Unmarked is Judge, goes for another one. Not a good kick though. Almost at Brereton. Ooh. And off the hands through for a minor score. They're hot, the Hawks.
Hawthorn 10-10-70, Essendon 4-1-25. Nearly 28 minutes in this turn. Folds up towards Merritt. The punch by McCarthy. A little bit of a fumble from Eade, who's just fresh on, maybe a bit cold. They can't do a thing wrong. Fall straight to Knights. Knights dropping a bit short. Now Byrne in front, takes the mark.
When we have a look at this lead-up play again after he kicks a goal, presuming he does, have a look at that kick from Eade to find Knights. He was hemmed in hopelessly on the boundary line.
Only his third kick. He's kicked one goal. Hawthorn's 11th. Oh, they're running right away. 11-10-76. Essendon 4-1-25. I think the Bombers have left their bombs at home.
Byrne in front. Walsh hopelessly out of position. The score coming much too late. Byrne a safe mark.
The margin is 51 points. And it would take a comeback of the magnitude of Carlton's in 1970. And they don't happen too often. "29 minutes gone in the quarter. 6-1 in Hawthorn's favour. Merritt puts Essendon into attack. Out comes their skipper, Danaher. Well tackled and brought down. Green clears for Hawthorn. Here comes Knights from the side. Good spoil low by Van der Haar. Nice paddle, Payton to Eade. Oh, he's a skilled player, this one. Great shepherd too. The half forward, all Essendon at ground level here. Madden, well tackled. Now it's all Hawthorn. Loveridge goes for goal. But no, a whistle on play. It's an Essendon free kick. It looks like Madden could take it.
Takes it well behind the mark with the hand pass to Nagel. Takes a while to extricate himself. Bit of a box on behind play. Brereton and Madden. Not too much in it. O'Halloran out to Robertson. The Hawks just running wild with their hand passes. 2 or 3 hand passes, then a kick. Eade marks at half forward. Tuck goes past on the outside. He centres with a long kick. Knights a chance. Walsh a hand to the ball. A push out. Free kick to Knights.
Half-time siren's gone, but we'll be able to have a shot.
Peter Knights coming up for his 9th kick. And when you consider that the great career of the champion high flyer was just about over last year, but has he come back in 1983? Distance only about 20 to 25 metres. He puts it through. A further nail in Essendon's coffin.